Guys, this is Charlie Baucom with Bentwood Farms. He's the owner from Union County, North Carolina. He farms from Union County to all the way down to Marion County, Clarendon County of South Carolina. 7,000 acres of row crops. And then you got what, 250?
Yeah, 250 Bermuda.
Bermuda grass sod. We've been working together for 4 or 5 years now. I'm Stephen Harrelson with Southern States. We set out this winter. We developed a program. Actually, my brother Brandon Harrelson and I put together a program over the winter. We sat down with Charlie for a high-intensity management program on soybeans that Charlie decided we were drawing about 900 acres of Carolina-based soils. You know, some of the most productive soils in this area for sure, and probably nationwide. Charlie works with an investment group, Farmland Partners out of Colorado, with some of this highly productive soil, and we really tried to push the yields through this high intensity management program. Charlie, we some of the things we kind of did, we looked at, you know, using a pop-up fertilizer.
Right.
It was a Monty 624-6 product, and you know, one of the biggest things we did was we planted early.
Right.
I think we planted around the 15th of April, 20th of April, somewhere
15th of April.
We were looking to really maximize the solstice. You know, June 20th, June 21st being the longest days of the year. You know, we really wanted to have it max bloom at that point.
Right.
So anyway, we used pop-up fertilizer in the beans, and then one of the biggest things I think helped us too, Charlie, we singulated the seed.
Right.
That's something kind of new for this area.
Right. Planted with corn plates.
Planted with corn plates, and had a real good stand.
We did.
So that was one of the biggest things I think helped us, is planting early and singulating the seed, using the pop-up fertilizer, really getting it out of the ground quickly. It wasn't exactly real hot in the middle of April, but the soil temperature was warm enough to get the beans to germinate and come on up.
And going back to the pop-up being that being it being that early in that Carolina Bay, a must.
Absolutely.
Soil temperature is still a little bit cooler than what we want it to be.
That's right. And that's another thing too. In the pop-up with the 624-6, we actually put a couple quarts of Monty's liquid carbon in there as well as a quart of Agrihance. So we really set the seed up to germinate well, come on out as quickly as possible. We conditioned the soil around the root zone. Really made it real easy for that bean to be successful. You know, as we went forward, we started doing tissue samples every week. We monitored the fertility levels, in particular the potash and the boron levels as it started blooming. You know, we had a couple times where we had to come back in with Agrihance for boron, manganese. You know, also we really watched that real close.
Right.
And our insecticides, our fungicides, we really had to watch that real close. I know Charlie wasn't real happy with me one time because I called him on a Saturday and told him, hey, we had Japanese beetles eating up our soybeans.
Right. I asked the quantity, and he said 1. And we sprayed. That's right. He said he saw 1.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So what do we say about threshold?
No threshold. We used the no threshold. We sprayed by the calendar.
That's right. That's right.
That's it.
You know, and we do an intensive scouting protocol. So you know, if we see any bugs out there that's taking away our foliage, we're going to take care of them.
That's right.
Disease, same way. So with that, we, like I said, we continue to watch the tissue sample and take care of the fertility. We like I said, we use Agrihance a couple different times to take care of the boron and manganese issues.
We use the Agrihance too, that I think is worth mentioning, that we saw some almost unbelievable results on how the Agrihance broke the bean but basically in half and has to branch out like I've never seen.
That's right.
I mean, we pulled yield. Looking at some of the yield, and we just couldn't believe how that plant, you know, branched out, and And hey, look, it had room to branch out. We had singulated seed some, but it was it created a new plant, basically.
That's right. So yeah, that when we used the Agrihance-V on the beans, you could see immediately thereafter that branch, those plants just started suckering out and started actually putting on pods on those suckered branches. That's something most people don't see a lot.
No, and you get and things have got to go right for all those pods to stay with you, no doubt about it. But you give yourself that chance and sucker that plant. If you lost them all, if you lost 10% off, you lost 80% or 50%, you're gonna like the look of that plant after you spray the Agrihance out. No question, because it can go good, and you not have big rains in the fall and harvest all those soybeans. But
so yeah, now that brings up a good point. You know, the beans that we actually chose to plant in our program was it was a Group 4 Asgrow soybean. But the big thing about it was the indeterminate bean.
Right.
And there's a lot of people in the Southeast that doesn't necessarily want to plant that early of a bean because it comes off earlier, and when it's ready to get cut, you got to go cut it. So, we think that the indeterminate beans have a lot to do with our higher yield potential. So we made sure to include that in our program as well.